Imagine waking up tomorrow with everything you've ever wanted: success, wealth, relationships, even fame. But instead of feeling joy, you feel nothing, maybe even emptiness. Now imagine someone who owns very little, wakes up in a cold monastery at 4:30 a.m., spends hours in prayer and meditation, and yet radiates a peace and warmth that lights up every room he enters. Why is that? How can someone with so little be so happy, and someone with everything feel so lost? Hello, I am Bharat, and welcome to Audiofybooks, where you will find excellent audio summaries of books in a very easy and interesting way. If you want to learn from new books, do subscribe to the channel. Let's get started with today's book. The Art of Happiness is not just a book. It's a conversation between worlds. On one side, we have the Dalai Lama, a man who exudes calm and joy, living in exile, having lost his country, his power, and much of what the world sees as success. On the other side, we have Dr. Howard Cutler, a Western psychiatrist, trained to analyze emotions, dissect disorders, and fix mental struggles. Together, they explore one profound question: what makes us truly happy? It all begins with a bold claim from the Dalai Lama himself. He says, "The purpose of our lives is to be happy, not success, not status, not security, happiness, and not the fleeting kind we chase after with every promotion or new gadget." He means a deep, stable inner joy, like a calm lake, not a stormy sea. At first, Dr. Cutler is skeptical. In the Western world, happiness often feels like a reward, something you earn after working hard, achieving enough, or fixing all your problems. But the Dalai Lama flips that idea on its head. He says happiness isn't something we find. It's something we cultivate. Like a garden, it needs care, attention, and time. And it starts in the mind. Imagine your mind as a lens. If it's dirty or cracked with anger, jealousy, or self-doubt, then even beautiful things will look blurry or dark. But clean that lens, train it with compassion, gratitude, and mindfulness, and suddenly, everything looks brighter. Not because the world changed, but because you did. One of the most surprising things the Dalai Lama shares is how he handles suffering. He's seen his country invaded, his people oppressed, his home taken from him. And yet, he smiles, he laughs, he forgives. To him, suffering is not the end of happiness. It's a part of the journey. He tells a story about meeting a fellow Tibetan who had spent years in a Chinese prison, tortured and beaten. When the Dalai Lama asked what was most dangerous during that time, the man replied, "Losing my compassion for the Chinese." Let that sink in. This is the core of the book, that compassion isn't just a nice thing to have, it's a tool for survival. It rewires your brain. When you focus on the happiness of others, your own troubles shrink, your stress softens, your perspective widens. You stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "How can I help?" And in that shift, happiness sneaks in. Dr. Cutler, with all his psychiatric training, notices something powerful. Many of his patients suffer not from lack of material comfort, but from loneliness, fear, and dissatisfaction. They chase pleasure, money, sex, power, but still feel empty. Meanwhile, the Dalai Lama seems content sipping tea, sitting quietly, or talking with strangers. The difference? Intention. The Dalai Lama lives with purpose. Every action, even small ones, are guided by a desire to reduce suffering for himself and others. The book dives deep into how we can start training our own minds. It's not about becoming a monk or sitting on a mountain for years. It's about catching our thoughts as they arise. Say you're stuck in traffic and someone cuts you off. You could get angry, shout, fume for hours. Or you could pause and wonder, maybe they're rushing to the hospital. Maybe they're having a terrible day. That single shift, giving the benefit of the doubt, frees you from unnecessary suffering. Now think about how often we judge ourselves harshly. We mess up and call ourselves stupid, lazy, or weak. But the Dalai Lama reminds us that self-compassion is just as vital as compassion for others. You wouldn't speak to a friend the way you speak to yourself. So why treat yourself with so little kindness? As the chapters unfold, the book explores deeper layers. How desire can lead to both joy and misery. Desire itself isn't the enemy. It's our attachment to outcomes that hurts us. If you desire success and work toward it with joy, great. But if you cling to it, define your worth by it, and fall apart when it doesn't come, you're a prisoner. The Dalai Lama isn't telling us to have no goals. He's simply inviting us to hold our desires gently, not tightly. Like sand in your hand, grip it too hard, and it slips through your fingers. Hold it lightly, and it stays. One of the most relatable parts of the book is when they talk about relationships. Whether it's romantic, friendships, or family, our happiness is deeply tied to human connection. But the Dalai Lama warns against attachment disguised as love. True love, he says, is based on wanting the other person to be happy, even if it means letting them go. That's not easy, but it's freeing. The book also unpacks anger, one of the most destructive emotions we carry. The Dalai Lama admits he too feels anger, but he doesn't let it control him. He treats it like smoke from a fire. It tells him something's wrong, but it doesn't have to burn the house down. Instead of reacting, he reflects. Why am I angry? What am I afraid of? Can I respond with clarity, not heat? There's a section where they discuss mental habits, those loops we get stuck in, like anxiety about the future, regret over the past, or constant self-criticism. The Dalai Lama recommends mindfulness and meditation, not as mystical practices, but as mental training. Just like going to the gym for your body, meditation is a workout for your mind. It builds resilience, focus, and peace. And let's not forget gratitude. Throughout the book, the Dalai Lama returns again and again to this simple idea: be thankful, not just for the big things, but for the little ones. A kind word, a warm meal, a sunny morning. Gratitude rewires your brain to focus on abundance, not lack. As the book nears its end, something unexpected happens. Dr. Cutler, who began the journey as an outsider, a skeptic, even he starts to change. He finds himself becoming more patient, more forgiving, more joyful, not because life got easier, but because his mind did. That's the real magic of the art of happiness. It's not promising a perfect life. It's not selling a fantasy. It's offering tools, mindsets, tiny shifts that ripple out into big changes. It's about learning that your happiness doesn't depend on the world being perfect. It depends on the way you see it. So next time you feel overwhelmed, remember this. Happiness isn't hiding. It's not waiting for you at some finish line. It's already here, quietly waiting for you to notice. In your breath, in your kindness, in your ability to choose love over fear, moment by moment. And if you ever doubt it, just picture the Dalai Lama, smiling even in exile, laughing even in pain, teaching us that joy isn't a luxury, it's an art, and like any art, we can all learn it.